In the last week of April 2023, I travelled to the distant Isle of Skye to hike and backpack its 80-mile-long Skye Trail. In the search of solitude and the remote, my expectations and hopes were high, and I can tell you from the outset, they were not dashed. It's a long journey from South Yorkshire to Skye, over 14 hours in total by public transport. I had decided to break it in half by staying overnight in Glasgow, and then took a long 6.5-hour coach ride through the Scottish Highlands, possibly the most beautiful and striking drive in Britain. Before reaching halfway point in this long journey, Fort William, there is Trotterness National Park and Glencoe, and further on there is the seemingly never-ending Loch Cluny and the giants of the Kintail Mountains. The 6 hours of moors, hills and mountains easily put me in the right state of mind for the hike. By the time I reached the small settlement of Broadford, where I was starting, I had already felt the civilization was far behind. On this first day, from Broadford to just past the hamlet of Torrin, it never stopped raining. Nonetheless, fantastic views of Loch Aishort on the coastal part of it, and then those absolutely astonishing hill giants near Torrin. Just starting the Isle of Skye trail, south to north. Different to what most people do, but it is easier because of the public transportation to start here. Even with this logging area down there, this is an incredible view. This is Loch Aishort. It's called Loch, but it's actually connected to the ocean. It's even better from up here. This is how you know that this loch is not an enclosed loch at all. This is truly experiencing the sound of silence. Quite a steep ascent behind me. Hardeag at 630 meters is to the right of me. To the west of me is Loch Slapin, and behind me is the wonderful view of Loch Aishort. I'm in Suisnish, and just looking across Loch Aishort, there's something absolutely enchanting about these greyish, bluish contours of that landscape. Beautiful. I'm really glad that I'm getting to see this spectacle of nature. It's quite hard putting it in words. I've got about half a mile left now, so not that much to go. Being surrounded by this wilderness, it's just incredible. You can see the bridge over there in front of me. I'm not going to walk over it now. Instead, I'm going to Loch Squabide down this path. I will camp near the loch, which will provide me with a nice source of fresh water, and I also want to be away from this road. Well, this is the loch. Time to pitch my tent. The rain stopped pummeling the earth in the early morning, making the day's trek very enjoyable. I loved the dramatic coastal section from Elgol to Kamasunuri, but walking Glen Sligahan with the Cuillin Mountains accompanying me all the way to Sligahan was pure magic. Well, day number 2. Just packed my tent and off I go. Long distance today, 22 miles. I'll make a kind of a longer stop in or around Elgol. So first I'm kind of following along the shores and really enjoying this first time since I started yesterday of no rain. Spectacular view, and you can see down below the loch where I was sleeping last night. Well, this is Loch Slappin again. Those cliffs over there. I was there yesterday. Well, this is Elgol. I'm going to make a 20-minute stop there. So far from Broadford I've been walking essentially southwest, but from this point on I'm going to be heading for the rest of the way on the Skye Trail via Portree in the northern direction. Well, I just left Elgol and I'm sitting here following probably one of the steepest climbs on the road that I ever have done, but the reward is superb. This is the view I have right in front of me. I made it to Kamasunari. So I'm taking a short break here, and then I'll be over the mountains to Loch Sligahan. This is the beginning of Sligahan path. But first, some protein. Well, I am no William Wordsworth, and it will be very arrogant of me to say that I could be. So I'm just going to say that I have no words for what I am seeing right now. Beyond there is pure paradise. I was expecting for this stretch to be much harder, but it's not steep at all. In fact, it's quite easy walking. Rocky ground, as you would expect in this kind of area, but otherwise it's quite plain sailing really. And being surrounded by all of this, well, let's just say that there isn't much to complain about. Not only am I walking in beauty, but in absolutely beautiful silence. There's an actual sound of silence here. It's not just silence, it's sound. Just under 2 miles to Sligahan, down there, where I'm finishing today. On this long, arduous and beautiful day, the highlights were walking the cliffs north of Portree with views towards the Isle of Rasay, nonetheless topped by the ascent to the store area, and then camping about 2 miles further, high up on the Trotterness ridge. Well, I just packed my tent and I am ready to go. First it's about 1.5 miles to Loch Sligachan, and then along its shores, and then on minor roads over to Portree. This walk on these cliffs rather tests the patience, and was treacherous. It's in bits, but beautiful views all around. This is Skye on the other side down there. It's a B road, and if my map reading is correct, I'm going to be following that for most of the way to Portree. Well, it's going to be 4 miles on this road now towards Portree. I've got the island of Rasai just over there. This road first follows the coast, and then it's going to cross inland towards Portree. So a bit of tarmac, but on the other hand, those 4 miles are going to go rather faster this way. View of Store. This is where on this ridge is where the old man of Store is. Very surprised to see that ridge in the sun. I thought it would be quite cloudy, but so I'm pleasantly surprised. This is River Varagil, and I can follow it on the left bank there. So I'm in Portree, just had some lunch here, but it's still nice and early, 12 o'clock, with only 6 miles to go. Over those 6 miles I'm going to climb 4 mountains along the coast, so that's going to be exciting. Well, let's go. Got to say, I can think of a few worse places to live than this. thrown Bane at 259 meters is going to be my first mountain of the 4. Well, this is gonna be tough. Just so you know, this is the gradient that I am climbing just now. Tough work. What a steep ascent. I've got to say, this is absolutely amazing. Absolutely extraordinary. And what a lovely day as well. Well, I'm here, Trotterness, 259 meters. After incredibly steep climb, richly rewarded, absolutely incredible view, pure bliss. Just look at that. Well, I'm here. Another summit, Craig Ulatota. This is without a doubt the most awe-inspiring coastline I've ever seen, certainly in Britain. Well, I'm on Fjordnean. Just going to look once more at these wonderful views before heading inland. It's only 3:20, so plenty of time left in the day, so I decided to actually do a little bit of a longer distance because it's such a lovely day. So we'll see where I get to, and I'll camp there. This is Loch Lathan. I have a view of Beerweg Bay in front of me. Up there it's going to be rather steep, and see where I can find some camping site for the night then. The view from here is just incredible. All of those peninsulas, those mountains on the horizon, unbelievable. I decided to take a tiny detour from the Skye Trail to see the Old Man of Store and the Needle Rock, and also just to get away from the crowds, because there's quite a lot of people here on the main ascent. Fascinating, absolutely gigantic. made this detour to see this. It's almost 7 o'clock, so I'm going to start looking for some place to camp, something flat. Well, I'm camping over those rocks over there in the hopes that it's going to protect me a little bit from any wind if there was a stronger one, although at the moment there's actually almost no wind here. But what a day it's been, huh? Amazing. First there was the Sligahan and its views, then just after Portree, that climb to this amazing set of cliffs that seemingly went for hours. Then of course it was the store, and now this ridge. Well, it's just absolutely incredible. It's difficult to describe in words how it feels to be here. It's unbelievable that I can actually camp here. This is definitely one of the best times I've ever had. This was a long day traversing the famous Trotterness ridge, though mystical as I was mostly in the cloud with little visibility. Only upon reaching the village of Floddigary on the coast, it cleared up for the last stretch to the lookout bothy. Packed and on my way the last 20 miles. Cloudy today. Love these clouds moving majestically over the mountains. So we'll see what the day brings. I was sleeping up there. What an incredible view from up here. Love the morning mist. I just went through my first hill today. I believe there's 8 in total, and then there's Querang. This one was called Hartaval. Very difficult to see them though in this mist. Looks like up in the hills there's just nothing to see because it's all shrouded in the clouds, but once I go down into the valleys and passes, it's better. This is high up, isn't it? Well, I I'm in Baka Ruad. Can't really see very much, but I am here, so my second hill today. I'm on Crag Lane in rain and pretty much no visibility. Here's my next hill, first lane. Again, amazing weather as you can see. A bit of adventure. Well, the last 5 miles was rather difficult, I have to say. It's raining constantly, and the wind was incredible. Didn't get many views, but now that I came down here, suddenly there are views, and I think the clouds temporarily have moved on. This is Bua No Bas, the last hill. There's just Kurang left. I've been many places in Britain with lots of space, but I've never actually seen anything quite like that. I'm now in the Kurang Mountains. Very impressive. Loch Hashi down below, and further down Loch Langaig, and of course the sea. Beautiful sunset over the sea. bothy is just a mile away. So just having the last views of today. Well, it's been a mammoth day. Weather was playing up for sure. What a wonderful trail. I don't think I'll ever forget it for the rest of my life. Now I only needed to walk just 1.5 miles down from the bothy to the road, where the trail ends. What a spectacular, mystical and magical time hiking this trail was. The last 2 miles now. This telephone box here marks the end for me, or the beginning for others, of the Skye Trail, so I didn't make it. I'm told that it's better to get a bus from Duntulm, which is half a mile this way. I'm going to walk it now. While I'm here, I have arrived. 80 miles or so done on the Skye Trail. Really glad that I came here. Bit of adventure with the weather. Really satisfied that I did this trail. But I'm also quite happy to be